So back to the 2007 Mercedes ML320 CDI with the water intrusion into the rear SAM. I did some research online, and there are a bunch of videos where people are actually cleaning these boards and they're coming back to life. For example, from LM Auto Repairs, Mercedes ML 2006 rear SAM repair, no taillights, no remote, etc. Fault finding repair. Let's watch a little bit.
Okay, so the plugs have been removed. The plugs in themselves still good, but there's a lot of crap in between the pins. Underneath the plugs, as you can see, is not looking good.
So these modules are looking even worse than the one we have, but at the end of the video he cleans it with alcohol and actually I think reflows the solder joints, but at least inspects the board, and everything is restored. So nothing to lose. Let's take our SAM and try to clean it with a toothbrush and some DeOxit and some rubbing alcohol, whatever. But we also need to find the water leak. Let me show you what's going on in the trunk. So in the trunk here, just by looking at the module, it looks like the drips are coming from above and just kind of pooling on the module. So it wasn't quite swimming, it was just drips from the top. So where can these drips be coming from? We can see there's a sunroof drain right here. Some people say that the taillight housing leaks. So we're just going to take a hose and spray everything on top here. The sunroof, let the water drain down these channels. You can see it's draining down behind this plastic over the headlight. So I'm going to run the water for a little bit. And then we're going to see if there's any water intrusion at all. So I can see just a little bit in this corner. You can see the drips right there. But they're running down, and I think there's a drain channel. See that water? It's designed to drain out. So even if you get a little bit of water down there, it should drain out. Well, what's coming from the top? I don't see any drips that could be falling onto the module, down this way. I really don't know. There's a vent by the bumper right here. Some people say that leaks. I don't see how that could drip onto the module either. The module sits like this. So are there water? My fingerprints are here, but was it coming from here? Going around here? Definitely going into there and into all the connectors. Could it be draining down the wiring harness? Nothing's wet. The fuse box doesn't look corroded at all. So I don't know how to prevent this without reproducing the problem. Maybe we could tilt the module up a little bit once it's plugged in so the water just runs off of it. I really don't know. But we have to open it up and clean it up. Alright, so to take the SAM apart, it's not too difficult. You have 8 clips on this back cover, so you have to get those off first. Just kind of keep prying and pressing the clips until they pop out. Now the board is held onto this piece with the clips that attach to the connector. So you have to put some pressure on there and just unclip each connector one at a time until the board separates from the housing. You can see it's like this. So let me finish that. See that? Okay, so the board is out. It looks disgusting. Now, the guy in the video, he takes every plug off of this board. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plugs, and there are components under the plugs. So how do we take the plugs off? I don't know. Looks like they're all connected. This is all one piece, so it should come off. There are these plastic tabs in the back of the board. Maybe push on those. See if that pops the. You don't really want to pry. Let me figure out how to do that. I don't know, guys, maybe this is a different design. The plugs are definitely not coming up. Either the pins are really tight in the plastic. I really don't want to pry too hard on the board. Might hurt something. So we're just going to spray this thing down with DeOxit. Dissolve all this corrosion and see what happens. There's a lot of corrosion. Take a little toothbrush and see if that corrosion comes off, and it does. So there is hope. The DeOxit does an amazing job at dissolving the corrosion. So let's give it a whirl. I'm just going to keep cleaning it for, I don't know, half an hour or so until I don't see anything else. We'll blow it off, see what happens. Alright, so it only took a few minutes to get the back of the board looking like new. The front of the board, the exposed areas are easy to get to, but the problem is getting under these connectors. So you can use a little pipe cleaner and just kind of gently, get it under there as many spots as we can, and kind of twirl it. You don't want to knock off any components, but the solder looks fine. It's just the corrosion bridging contacts that's causing the electrical issues. So if we remove the corrosion, I'm pretty sure everything will come back to life. And by the way, this is the connector that goes to the tailgate, all the wires. And there was quite a bit of corrosion under here, so I'm going to focus on that. And then we'll plug it in and see what happens. Alright, well, I cleaned as much as I could. I don't see any damaged components or ones that are ripping off the board. Obviously, under the connectors, it's not ideal, but I think if anything was bridging, it really shouldn't be bridging anymore since we washed everything away with DeOxit and blew it out. So let's put it in the vehicle and see what happens. Alright, so for testing purposes, got the rear SAM plugged in, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 connectors. Make sure it's not touching anything metal. The circuit board's exposed, but it's sitting on that plastic cover. So let's see what happens when we connect the battery. Is it going to go up in smoke? I don't know. Okay. Our button is missing, but let's this is still let's see. It worked. The trunk closed all the way. Yes. Guys, this is very promising. Let's check, test the wiper and the everything else. Turn the car on. I'll hook the charger up. We'll do a full code scan. Make sure all the lights work. This is very promising. check the brake lights and everything. But the trunk actually closed. Let's open it. Now is it going to go up all the way? I guess it's not initialized. We need to we'll have to look up how to initialize the trunk. I'm just using this button here. So it's not red. See, it's only going up that high. This is incredible. And then we'll measure the parasitic drain when the vehicle's asleep. Alright, so let's clear out all these codes. They're all history codes. And then we'll need to reassemble the vehicle and figure out how to better protect that rear SAM from water. Alright, looking very good. Only one code stored in the entire vehicle, and that is tilting sliding roof is not normalized. So let's do that. I guess you gotta move it back all the way. Okay. Maybe we have to look up how to do that. Okay, I think it's normalized now. Now it's automatic. Sweet. That's tilt function. So we can clear that code, read fault code. See, now it's stored. Clear DTCs. Key on. Fault memory completed. No codes. Simply beautiful. Now let's put the car to sleep and measure the parasitic drain. Now here we go with the final parasitic draw measurement. Everything's closed. We're starting at 0.78 amps, already an improvement over the 3 amps that we had with the busted or dirty rear SAM. And we see the amperage is dropping. 0.6. So we'll give it 190 milliamps. So I know the car's fixed, but we'll get a final number here soon. Remember, last time it didn't go below 100 milliamps. I'm wondering if it'll actually drop to 20, like it's supposed to. 7 milliamps. We won. Mercedes is asleep, so all we have to do is put it back together and waterproof the rear SAM. So wrapping up the Mercedes ML320 here, what are we going to do to prevent this water intrusion into the rear SAM again? Well, since we couldn't reproduce the water leak and there are only a few drops, I'm just going to mount it vertically, so if any water hits it, it's just going to run down and drip off of it instead of going right through these vents and the connectors into the circuit board. I think that is a viable solution. It's more reliable than factory, So I zip tied it here and put a piece of foam so it's not going to vibrate or move around fuse boxes in the original location. So I'm going to call that the final repair. No parts required. The cover fits nicely. I think this thing should be good to go. So last thing I want to do is initialize the trunk because it only opens about 2/3 of the way. It should go up all the way, and I couldn't find an all data the procedure. I can't find the owner's manual, so we're going to ask Google, and AI says follow these steps. Open the tailgate manually. Open the trunk fully to its maximum height. It is open. Close via button. Press and hold the closing button on the tailgate itself, not the key fob or driver's door switch, until the trunk is fully closed and latched. Continue to hold the button for 2 to 3 seconds after it is fully closed to ensure the system locks into position. Well, if they're talking about this button, you can't really hold it while the trunk is closed because it's inaccessible. So I'm going to try holding this button. I'm just going to hold it all the way, and then let's try to open it. Nope, didn't work. Alright, so then I searched trunk reset procedure. Manually open the hatch, turn the ignition to the on position without starting, and then pull and hold the driver's door interior trunk switch for 10 seconds until a click is heard or the motor activates. Let's try that. Alright, so we're going to open it. Open it all the way manually. I'm going to turn the ignition switch on. So you're going to pull and hold for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Close it. And open it again. Or push it. Ha! It worked! Google to the rescue. It opened up all the way. We can close it from here. I don't want to break it. Try this too many times. The final try, we're going to open it from here. Beautiful. Okay, I think we're all done with this Mercedes. That was pretty awesome. No parts required. The only thing you're going to need to fix this problem is DeOxit and a toothbrush and one of those little pipe cleaners. So, got this from the dentist. Got this on Amazon. Pretty neat. So thanks to YouTube and the internet, you can see that people have successfully done this repair. Try it yourself. I'm amazed that it worked. The board cleaned up very nicely. All the components were still, the solder looked fine. Nothing was detached. The traces were fine. So, that's it. To prevent this problem, couldn't find the water leak, so we relocated the rear SAM vertically. So if any water hits it, it's just going to run down the cover and not get into the circuit board. So hopefully that's a long-term repair. Owner should be very pleased, and happy customer is always a good thing. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.